Hello, hello. I know you don't see my face. I'm no mathematician, and yes, this is MrTacpans. What you see in front of you right now, okay, if you can look over here in this position, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is your telephone keypad, starting with the one at the top. What I did is I filled in, okay, the square. Okay, I put in the numbers from 1 all the way to 36. Now there's many reasons why I chose these numbers, but the main reason why I chose those numbers is because of this. Everything I'm going to show you now is because of what I did to this. But this is the reason, because this goes from the double zero, which I'm not going to use. In fact, I remove all the zeros, okay, because every zero means an egg. Okay, it has a position on the telephone, it's at the bottom, and the reason the egg is at the bottom, okay, and the reason why the pound key is at the bottom, and the reason why the star key is at the bottom, as you can see over here, the star key over here, you can see a star key over here. Now what happens is the pound key, which is over here, okay, creates this board. The star key, okay, over here, creates the connecting lines in this board. Okay, this is what I call, what you don't see here is the connection to what they call the urania world, the urania numbers and how it all works. Although urania, okay, is a lot different than this. This is numbers. Urania is a system, okay, and this is part of the system in urania. But urania, what happens, okay, and I'm not going to get too deep into it because I do not know enough about it, okay, is like a pinball machine. And all the balls are chosen based on what you did in your life and how we need to implicate it so that when you return to your angel has updated himself instead of degrading himself. So if you don't update with your angel, you go back into this world over here, down to here, and all the way where you no longer see my finger. Because it's an explanation in the urania world, which is a world where God doesn't work alone. It's computer systems, and things are moved around until every number goes where it belongs, okay? So what I did is I added 1 to 36. Now on the roulette wheel, okay, when I add 1 to 36, the 10 and the 28 are black. The 1 and the 19 are red. In this position, in the 2 position of the roulette wheel where I put the numbers, all these numbers on the roulette wheel are black. All these numbers are red. All these numbers are black. All these numbers are red. All these numbers are black, red, black, red. This is the only box that gets split in half. The reason why this box gets split in half, because Spirit Alpha God plays the role of Beta, which is in this position. This top row all has to do with creation. Spirit, Beta system world, and here is creation, which is man. In this position, you'll see 3 for creation, 12, 21, and 30. If you notice, 2 and 1 is 3, 21, 2 and 1 is 3, and 3 and 0 is 3. This is the 4 position on your phone, and I did this all in order. So 4, 13, 3 and 1 is 4, 2 and 2 is 4, 3 and 1 is 4. 5, 1 and 4 is 5, 2 and 3 is 5, 3 and 2 is 5. This is the 6 on your telephone. 1 and 5 is 6, 2 and 4 is 6, 3 and 2 is 6. And if you really want to look at this, the 6th letter is an F, the 15th letter is an O, the 24th letter is an X. It spells fox. In this position, which is number 6 for man, that is the fox, okay? The cunning fox, okay? This is the 7th position. 7 of God, 1 spirit to the 6 islands, which it fell on the floor. This is your dice. This, and this, they all complete 7. All these numbers except for the 7 can be done on a dice cube. None of the other ones can. Anytime you pass 6, okay, you've passed the 10-10 world of man, okay? Because on the dice go up to 6 and 6 is 12, but man is 11. But man is 11 by the 1 spirit, okay, the 4 angle, which is here, and the 6 man, which is here. SAM, spirit, angel, man, okay? Now what I'm going to do with this is if I add up the center row only, the total from this whole center row equals to 222. The center of this whole second row equals to 222. The line across here 222, and the line down here, 222. 222, 222, 222, and 222. 1, 2, 3, 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4. All 222s. One angle, 222, two angles, 222, three angles, 222, four angles. Total, 888. Now the rest of the numbers on the first row going across, 186. One spirit to the 8 heaven, which means it connects the four corners here. And then down here, I don't know if you're going to see it, over here, there's a corner here, chopped, chop, 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 chop. These are the four corners that you see up here. I chop them all because the beta system uses them in her system, but she only uses half of each corner for the reason of the cross. Things get split up. Here's one star key, okay? Here's another star key, and this is both of them together. You cannot work both of them together, otherwise this line here and this line here will tangle up. So they're on two separate cubes that it's done. Man's world is in between. So anyways, when we finish adding 186, which is a leftover, that is not 222, 258, okay, which is the bottom row of 789, 258, and if you cut this in half, it equals to 129. Okay, 921, 129, which means the 1 alpha, 2 beta created the 9 birth. Okay, anyways, 258, 186 is 444, right over here, these two numbers. But this comes from somewhere else. Anyways, 186, 258, and 210. 210, 468, 568, 574, 644, and where's the fourth line? Oh, here it is. Okay, it's right here. 644, 648, 658, 668, 678, 44, 54, 64, 78. Wow, I made a mistake somewhere. I'm not really sure where I made the mistake, but that's okay because the numbers that are left over, 186, 258, 234, 210, 444, 450, 550, 630, 730, 830, and 58, 888. So the odd numbers that count up to 888 and the 222s that add up to 888, the total of this together is 1776. Just like the group 432 and Scotty, thank you very much. I'm not a mathematician. I didn't go to school. I dropped out. I flunked. I got my high school leaving, but whatever it is, I'm a complete idiot. But that's all right, because idiot is a special word that also fits into this whole thing, and I can't explain it now. But we're going to leave that out. See, I added from 1 to 36. The center totals 74. 7 and 4, when you talk about the 1111 God, or the 1111, it's because of this. Because this center is the number of Christ. Why? 7 God of the 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 7 God is because he plays from the beta roll. And he cuts his corner. So instead of having the 8 part of heaven, it becomes a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 and 9 go together because that's the 1 birth, 9 birth, the 1 spirit that connects, which creates the letter J, which means je, which means game in French. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to move on a little bit down and we're going to go right over here. This row over here added, okay, equals 210. This row over here added equals 234 or 432, whichever way you want to go. Total 444. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64, 4, 6, which means angel and man. Okay, I'm going to just try and show you what it means, the 1010 worlds. This plaquette over here with this X, this is forever. This never moves. God was playing from the 1 position. He moved to the 2 position, and he connects these automatically. When he works from this position, what happens, okay, when you put the 2 in here, okay, everything has to go to the 2. Okay, so you have to go to the 2. So it creates the letter B for the beta system. correctional center of man. This always stays here, and the reason it stays there is because the cross, this mark here, or this up line and this cross line, you can use it as one. You want to make a division. We're not going to talk about that right now. We inflict it right over here. And what happens is this center world connects this side world here to this world here. One spirit of the four angel of the seven God connected to the three creation of the six man of the nine birth. Okay? 3 by 6 is 18. 18 times 9 is, I think it's 156, 18, 90, and 8, and 72, 72, 90, 162. 162 in all actuality, it would be 621, which means the queen angel. 621. 6 and 2 because the queen, Queen, spells and totals a number of 62 connected to the one angle. Okay, I put it all over here. Now if you notice, okay, when I made the design, look at that. We got a tic-tac-toe board. But at the same time, if you really want to take a look, okay, this board, okay, actually connects and creates, okay, the mug and dovey. Do you see the mug and dovey in here? Well, you don't see it? I don't see it either. Anyways, normally it shows up, but I must have made a mistake, but that's okay. When you fix this up, you get X and X. X angel, Jack, X man, Jack. 4 and 6. 10, 10 world of man and angel. 2 and 8 is 10, 4 and 6 is 10, and that creates the cross of Christ, the 10, 10 world of Christ. Another thing is, if you take the numbers, okay, you see the numbers here, 666, what I'm going to show you here is this cross here. Once across is 222, once across is 222, once across is 222, equals to 666. Now the reason I don't add the next one is because that's a total equation. They're two separate equations. God does his numbers from top to bottom. He separates them, he puts them together, and they always work out for some reason with me. The other thing is, when you come down here, am I not down there? Hold on a second. Okay, I'm on an angle, so I'm going to hold the camera here. Okay. 6 plus 6 plus 6, 18. 6 times 6 times 6, 216. 216 and 18, 234. And on the other side of Christ, 234, 10, 10, 10 world, 10, 10, 10. The total, 468, 864. It doesn't matter really which position you use this in. And the reason it doesn't matter, okay, is because it's the top row. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3 of God. That's just the way it works. Now what we're going to do is this. 1 times 2 times 3 is 6. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. These are the only 3 numbers that do it. When man lives in his world, he either works with these 3 and these 3, or these 3 and these 3. This is a connection, or this is the connection. The connection between this side and this side is this. The connection between this side and this side is this. This is the 258 on your telephone. 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9. Okay. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to just jump into my something a little bit different. Okay. And I'm going to put it back onto this board that I had it on. Boy. Okay, I'll hold it. Here it is. Do you know why there's a J there? If you take a good look, okay, at the independence of the United States, before you even reach the M, you will see there's an engraved J that everybody seems to miss. Okay? M, D, C, C, L, X, X, V. M is the 13th letter, 3 and 1 is 4. D is the 4th letter. 44 means space. CC means command and create by Christ. The L, okay, which is actually in the creation position, okay, the 12th letter is another 3. 333 is 9. 666 is 18. How do we get it? The X is the 24th letter, 2 and 4, 6. The X is the 24th letter, 2 and 4 and 6. This is V1. I put it together as 1. There's many ways to end this over here because this is the 22nd letter. This is a number either 1 or it's 9. It'll stand for either Area 51 or 31 because of the addition. Now when I add up all these numbers, it totals 35. 35, okay, on your key means passage creation through the 5 position on your telephone, okay, of creation coming into this world. 3 and 5 is 8. 3 times 5 is 15. What do we get? 23, number W. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 plus 3 is 5 equals 11. 11 equals 1 plus 1 equals 2, which again says the beta world. Now, this 899 comes 4 and 4. We take the position numbers. Set of 3, set of 3, set of 2. Comma, comma, no comma. So we pair them up the same way we did mathematicians when we were in school. 8, 9, 9. 8 by 9 is 72. By 9 is 648. Divided by 2, we get 324. You can also get 100, okay? And I did this yesterday. You can also get 162, and when you get 162, if you look at your keyboard, your telephone, again, we come back to a number I spoke a little bit earlier, 1 spirit of 2 beta, which connects the 1 spirit to the 6 man of creation. 6, 1, and 2 on your keyboard is the A, and below it is the Z. Saying again, 162. My belief is that everything that the creator, whoever was the mathematician that did everything, these computers we're playing with are old. If you think you're not updated in your computer, you ain't updated for thousands of years, because these computers are old. Einstein, there's so many things that I went over. Anyways, we're going to drop down to the bottom of this, in which what I'm going to do here, okay, is what I'm going to do is I take the J now that I had at the beginning, which is the 10th letter, okay, and what happens at the end, I took my 4, 4, 4, 8, and I added it up. I added up all these numbers, and every time I reached a 10, I started over. At the end, I end up with 5. So I put 5 at the bottom, which is my final number, plus the J at the beginning that we never touched. We put them together, and it says J-E. Okay? J-E means I. When God said, I am who I am, it's the number 10 and the number 5. Look it up on the CB codes and try to decipher what it means, 10, 5, and CB codes. And this is what this means. It means the 9-5 world. What the 9-5 world actually means is, this is really a little complicated. 5 has a number count of 42. The 9 has a number count of 42. The 5 is the passage into the world. To get to the passage, you need the birth. 5 and 9. You become the 6th man connected to the 4 angel of the 3 connection in the 2 beta world of the 1 spirit of the 8 heaven of the 7 God. It doesn't mean there's 7 gods. That's the position, the numbers you need in order to have the 2 God created in this world. And if you really want to look at backwards, look at the deck of cards. All the queens have 2 eyes. The jacks, okay, altogether only have 6 eyes. Man 6, 6 eyes. God, number 7, look at the kings. All the kings together, if you count the eyes, there's only 7 eyes. Okay? And if you really want to look and understand the Queen of Spades, okay, look at the Queen of Spades. In her center, there's normally a black line, because the black line means she is the body of the jacks, of all the jacks. The blackjacks, because it's the blackjack that creates our body and creates our form. The club creates the communication of our mind. And then we have the 2 jokers, in which the 2 jokers, for the reason of it, one is the black joker, one is the red joker, one is the spirit joker, one is the man of who you are, the totality. When you become yellow, red, and blue, you become black. I'll knock you in the eye, you get a red eye, you get a little jaundice, okay? So that's it for now. I'm going to let you go with this, but another thing I want to tell you is something very, very simple. My child, and he's only 3 years old. Do you have to go to the bathroom? Yes, mommy. I have to make a number 1. So it's a 1 spirit. You have to pee. P, the letter P, okay, is the 16th letter, which means the 1 spirit of the 6th man. Or I have to poop, which is the number 2, which means the beta world, and it's brown. Brown, black. R and B, red and black, okay? All our music, okay, is a standard for how everything was created in the universe. After you finish with music, because I saw they mentioned on here, and they're totally right, because sometimes if I want to play a song on the piano or the guitar, I start putting all these numbers together and I come up with little songs. But guess what? I don't know how to play the guitar. Another thing, if you want to go to the piano, there's a whole game in the piano. Separate all your keys. You'll see there's a game in the piano. And what's funny about the piano, it totals 88 keys and 3 pedals, right? The Hertz. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts so bad. Oh, it hurts so good. Doesn't really matter. Okay, we finished with that now. I will show you. Do you ever see the inside of a McDonald's cup? This is your McDonald's cup. I didn't do anything to the cup except there's 2 cups in one, the McDonald's coffee cups. So I just separated one and I just played with it. What else is there? I hope you understood. What does it mean? Just numbers. What should you expect from any of these numbers? You know what? What you should expect every single day. If you're good, things won't be so bad. But if you're bad, eventually with time it will be very confusing for you and it will catch up. What do I think about 2012? I'm not thinking at all. I've already made all my predictions for the year. It's pretty simple. I'll tell you what they are. Stock market crash before the month of April. And I'm asking everybody, I'm asking everybody. I want everybody. What do I want from anybody? It's not up to me. Get out of the stock market before they come in and screw you. It's not what's happening in the stock market that's going to screw you. It's what's happening outside the stock market that's going to end up in the stock market. Why? Because that's the way it is. Listen, since 1929, okay, and I did this yesterday, the people in that business, in the stock market, it's a wheel. It's just a wheel. It never really went up and it never really went down. At least not for global, but for most of the smaller guys, everybody lost their shirt. Get out of the stock market. Stop screwing around with your money. Stop gambling. You want to gamble, take out 200, 300, 400, 500 bucks for the year, but just stop gambling. Stop the gambling because it goes into your mind and it affects you. You don't think it affects you? You're asking the wrong one. I'm 50 years old. I've been gambling for 40 years. And it doesn't affect me? I became bipolar. Oh my God, I'm bipolar. What's wrong with me? I can no longer think. Thank God for my gambling. That's how I'm able to see all these numbers now. Now, there is a meaning to it. And for me, it has my meaning of what I see. What you see, you see. What I see, I see. And whatever's Lucy, Lucy can see too, because Lucy is in the sky and she knows it all. And the loose bolts and nuts that are in the stock market, right, they've turned into bulls and bears. And the last time I saw a bull and a bear, I was in Chicago and I went to the basketball game. Then I went to the football game. If I wanted to see a Chicago Blackhawk, I got at a hockey game. You want to gamble? Get into your car and start driving. That's a gamble, okay? Don't gamble. This is 2012, my friends. Don't you read the internet what's going to go on? If something's going to go on, something's going to crash. That'll be crash number 1. Crash test dummies. Is that what you want to be? You're a crash test dummy. You go into a casino. How do you think these places live? You go play poker. They take $5, $10 out of every single hand. When you play online, it's a lot cheaper, but you're playing hundreds and thousands of more hands a year than any other time. You don't think it's a lot? Oh, if you win. Oh, if you win. Do you know how many winners? 10 people go show up to the table, 3 people walk away a winner, 7 people walk away a loser. I want to know how much money you made in the last 10 years gambling. I do know some winners, but they're very sharp. They know when to get up. The rest of us put on a diaper and we never get up, right? That wasn't my style. Anyways, 23 minutes is long enough. They call me Raphael, 7286. 7 and 2 is 9. 8 and 6 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 9 and 5, or 59, is the passage for the birth. 9 by 5 is 45, which means fox. 9 and 5 is 14, equals to 59 again. Same number over and over and over. The other thing I wanted to add on is what I believe and what I think is the reason why the Mayan can calculate their 360-day calendar is because, again, another 126. The 5 days, 0.25 days, that we have less in our calendar year than they had, according to talk, is 126 hours. Again, the one spirit, 26, or the reverse is 62. It means the queen dog. That's what it's all about. This is all about repetitive, and who is it? The queen dog. So is there only one person in New World Order? Is there two? I can tell you one thing, there's a minimum of three. That's all. There's going to always be a minimum of three. Even if you're two people, there's still three, because it's the difference between two that creates the three. Thank you. Another thing is, the last time I took my golf ball out golfing, I had to wait 12 minutes before I can hit my ball. So I took out my pen and I marked my golf ball. 342 dots on my golf ball divots, right? Raphael 7286. They don't call me that name for nothing. Get out of the stock market. Start being good to whoever you're with, even if they're no good. Say nothing if somebody says too much, and walk away if it's too much and too hard for you. Get away. Let it be easy. What do you think? When you get to Earth, oh, you think we're on Earth? We ain't on Earth right now. Believe me. Believe me. I left school so they wouldn't screw me up anymore, and I figured it out. We ain't on the planet Earth. We're on Earth, but we ain't on the planet Earth. Take care, my friends. They call me Raphael. Oh, I'm looking for a girlfriend, but I just lost 4 front teeth. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas. Have you ever tried to figure out why Santa Claus says put a sock, okay, above the fireplace? One of the reasons is because your feet stink. He wants you to burn that sock up because you've been putting your foot in your mouth all year long. So he wants to remind you to get your foot out of your mouth and start doing it right. The sock, is very important. Try to think what the sock is all about. It's this big, your sock, for a kid. What can Santa put in a sock that's this big? I have the answer. I'd like to know the answer from you. Thank you.